There are moments in life when the pain feels unbearable. You cry in silence, wondering why Allah allowed your heart to break, why He let the hardship cut so deep, or why your du'as seem unanswered. You look at others who appear to have it easy and think, why me? But what if I told you that the very pain you are experiencing is not a punishment, but a preparation? What if every tear you shed, every night you spent in worry, was part of Allah's plan to make space in your life for something far greater? Allah does not allow you to hurt without purpose. Behind the struggle is wisdom. Behind the delay is mercy. And behind the heartbreak is a blessing waiting to unfold. Today, let us uncover why Allah lets it hurt so much before He blesses you beyond measure. 1. Pain as a divine test that purifies the heart. When Allah allows hardship to touch your life, it is not without purpose. Pain acts as a purifier that washes away arrogance, sin, and attachment to this temporary world. Often, when life is easy, the heart grows complacent, indulges in heedlessness, and forgets its dependence on the Creator. Through suffering, Allah reminds the believer that the heart must be cleansed to truly receive His blessings. A heart carrying jealousy, pride, or stubbornness cannot fully appreciate divine mercy. That is why trials sometimes feel unbearable. They are chiseling away at the impurities within. Just as fire purifies gold, hardship purifies the soul. It strips away layers of ego and false confidence until the heart becomes soft, sincere, and ready to hold the gift that Allah intends to bestow. Without this purification, the blessing might be wasted, misused, or even turned into a source of destruction instead of gratitude. 2. Hardship breaks pride and builds humility. Before Allah, one of the greatest dangers for a believer is pride. It blinds a person to the reality that everything they own, achieve, or experience comes from Allah. When life flows smoothly, pride often whispers that success belongs solely to one's efforts. Hardship, however, breaks this illusion. When everything you rely on is shaken, your wealth, health, relationships, or plans, you are reminded that control never belonged to you in the first place. This breaking is not cruelty, it is mercy. Allah humbles His servant so that pride does not ruin their akhirah. Humility is the doorway to divine mercy. In moments of despair, when a person falls to their knees crying, "Ya Allah, I have no one but you," their heart experiences the true essence of servitude. That humility, born from struggle, becomes the foundation upon which lasting blessings rest. Without humility, blessings can transform into arrogance. With humility, they become a means of gratitude. 3. Suffering teaches patience and reliance on Allah. Every trial you face is an opportunity to strengthen the muscles of sabr, patience, and tawakkul, trust in Allah. If life gave you everything instantly, there would be no need to develop patience. But Allah, in His wisdom, places delays, obstacles, and losses in your path so that you can grow spiritually. Patience is not passive. It is an active state of resilience where the believer endures pain without losing faith. Each moment of hardship is a training ground for greater strength. Likewise, reliance on Allah is forged in the fire of helplessness. When all doors close, when human beings fail you, and when solutions seem impossible, you are left with one reality: Allah is sufficient. This reliance is not just a thought, it becomes a living truth in the heart. When Allah later grants relief, the believer carries with them not only the blessing, but also a strengthened trust in the one who never abandons them. 4. Struggles prepare you for blessings you couldn't handle earlier. Sometimes the blessing you ask for is delayed because you are not yet ready to handle it. A person might pray for wealth, but if their character is still immature, that wealth could corrupt them. Another may pray for marriage, but if they have not learned patience, humility, and compromise, the marriage could end in heartbreak. Struggles act as preparation. They carve wisdom, endurance, and self-awareness into your character so that when the blessing finally arrives, you know how to sustain and value it. Think of a seed that must push through the dark soil before it can blossom into a flower. Without that struggle in the dirt, the flower would never bloom. Likewise, the difficulties you face are shaping you into the person capable of carrying the blessing. Without the preparation of struggle, blessings might slip through your hands, but with it, they remain secure and fruitful. 5. Allah removes what harms you to give what's better. Sometimes the deepest hurt comes from losing something you thought was essential for your happiness. A job, a friendship, an opportunity, or even a dream may be taken away, leaving you in pain and confusion. But often, what Allah removes is not a punishment, it is protection. He knows what you cannot see. That job you lost may have pulled you away from your faith. That relationship that ended might have led to endless pain. That opportunity you missed may have been a distraction from your true purpose. Allah, in His infinite wisdom, clears space in your life by removing what harms you even when you cling to it desperately. And once that space is open, He replaces it with something better, something aligned with your well-being and eternal success. What feels like a loss in the moment is often the very act that saves you from greater harm and prepares you for true blessing. 6. Hurt deepens gratitude. Once the blessing arrives, gratitude becomes most profound when it is born out of contrast. If you have never felt hunger, you cannot truly appreciate food. If you have never faced loneliness, you may not value companionship. Pain intensifies the sweetness of relief, and suffering magnifies the joy of blessings. Allah allows the heart to experience hardship so that when relief finally arrives, the gratitude is deep and lasting. Without this contrast, blessings are often taken for granted. But a believer who has endured loss, tears, and brokenness recognizes every blessing as a gift from Allah, not an entitlement. This awareness transforms the heart into a vessel of shukr, thankfulness. Such gratitude does not fade quickly. It stays alive with every remembrance of the hardship that preceded the blessing. And through gratitude, Allah promises to increase and multiply His favors, making the believer's life richer both in worldly ease and spiritual fulfillment. 7. Every trial carries hidden wisdom and growth. Not all pain is meant to be explained in the present moment. Some hardships remain a mystery until years later, when you look back and realize how they shaped your path. Allah, in His wisdom, hides certain reasons from you so that you learn to trust Him even when the story is incomplete. Every trial carries hidden lessons. Sometimes it is resilience, sometimes compassion, sometimes a newfound closeness to Allah. Struggle stretches the soul in ways that comfort never can. You may discover a strength you never thought you had, a wisdom you never imagined you could hold, or a faith that shines brighter than before. Growth is rarely painless, but it is always purposeful. And when you finally see the blessing that follows, you will realize that the pain was not random. It was carefully measured, perfectly timed, and divinely orchestrated to prepare you for the chapter of life that awaited. My brothers and sisters, remember that the pain you feel today is never wasted. Allah allows it only to elevate you, purify you, and prepare you for what your heart has been longing for. trust His timing, even when you do not understand His plan. If this reminder touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe to Pious Deen so more souls can benefit. And before you leave, write this prayer in the comments. Ya Allah, grant me patience in hardship and gratitude in ease. May Allah bless you with peace, strength, and endless barakah.